the procedure. Sir, please.
தமிழ் தாய் வாழ்த்து.
நீனாரும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிதொழுகும் சீனாரும் பதனமென திகழ்படக கண்டமெனில் திங்களவும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடர்கள் திருநாளும் தத்த சிறு திரை முதலும் தரிந்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுக எத்திசையும் புகழ் வழங்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனே தமிழனே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்த செயல்மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
I invite our president to declare the graduation ceremony open.
I declare the graduation ceremony open. This graduation day of the College of Engineering and Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology has been called to confer the degrees in various programs of the college upon the candidates who in the examination recently held for the purpose have been certified to be worthy of the same.
I invite the secretary of our college to deliver the welcome address.
Honored chief guest, dignitaries, the managing board members of our institution, the heads of the departments of our institution, the respected my faculty members, the graduates, dear parents, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to one and all present here. The graduation ceremony is always such a special occasion because it recalls the accumulation of years of your hard works, the actualization of the goals attained at the right time, and the acknowledgement of success achieved by your hard work. And it's now your time to be honored at this stage with your degree from the great honored person present here. That too, it's the most occasional juncture. That's our KCET is celebrating its 25th year celebration. At this juncture, I proudly proclaim that we are now celebrating our silver jubilee this year, and it was gladly inaugurated on 15/7/2022 of this academic year during the birthday of our inspiration leader of our Virudhunagar town, Karma Veerar Kamaraj. On this happy memorable moment, I deemed it is a pride that on this special occasion, we are extremely fortunate to have the towering personality, Dr. R. Uma Maheshwaran sir, the Director, Human Space Flight Center, ISRO, headquarters from Bangalore, as our chief guest for our 20th graduation ceremony. And I strongly believe his words of wisdom will certainly enlighten all of us at this place. And I feel really honored in welcoming him. Welcome to the most. On occasion like this, it's very important to congratulate my graduates of our KCET, and looking forward to a day like this to appreciate your hard work and diligence, which your watchwords. So accept my congratulations as you receive your degree from the dignity, and we implore you to keep in touch with us as the alumni of this institution throughout your life of our KCET. I wholeheartedly welcome all the graduates at this juncture. Let me equally use this platform to facilitate the parents and the guardians of these graduating students of KCET who have sacrificed your life, your time, your emotions, and all things for their children, for having invested heavily for many years of education. We give kudos for your patronage and welcome you all at this graduation day ceremony. I also welcome the college managing board members, the Mahima therapy members of our institution, the HODs, faculty members, my teaching and non-teaching members, the media persons who are presented here, and the other ladies and gentlemen. My dear graduates, may you always lead by example and work hard and play straight. May your success be many and your contributions and tribulations are very few and far between. We wish you everything that you so richly deserve in the years ahead. It has been an honor and a privilege watching this process and success. Once again, welcome you all and wish you a good luck. Thank you.
I invite Dean Academic Courses, Dr. Suresh Babu, to introduce the chief guest.
So, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, very good morning to all present here. I am very happy to introduce our today's chief guest, Dr. Uma Maheswaran, Director ISRO Human Space Flight Center, Bangalore. He contributed a lot for the development of our country, India. Dr. Uma Maheswaran is currently the Director for ISRO Human Space Flight Center, Bangalore. He was a distinguished scientist and Scientific Secretary, Indian Space Research Organization, Department of Space, Government of India. He completed Bachelor degree of Technology in Electronics and Communication Engineering in the year 1985, then Master of Science in Software Systems in the year 2007, and Master of Arts in Russian Language in the year 1996. He joined ISRO's Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in 1987. Over the years, he has made a significant contribution to the development of ISRO's launch vehicles. He played key roles in system integration, circuit and avionics of ISRO's family of launchers, PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle, GSLV-5, Mark III. He has been the chief designer of major sub-assemblies, including equipment bay of the launch vehicle. He was also the vehicle director for the remarkable successful in GSLV D5 GSAT-14 mission with the indigenous cryo stage and served as the project director in GSLV and mission director of the successful GSLV D6, GSLV F05 and GSLV F09 missions with the hat trick in GSLV program. He also served as a deputy director avionics at Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, and in that capacity, he led a team of young enterprising engineers for the development of miniaturized avionics, performing the crucial role in making key decisions to overcome the various technical intricacies and mitigate development constraints in the realization of these systems. Since August 2018, he is serving as Scientific Secretary ISRO at its headquarters with a key role in the overall policy planning and programs of ISRO, including international cooperation. He also concurrently leading and the programs officers on satellite navigation, space science, and planetary exploration and technology development and innovation. He is also leading a high-level interim committee in lieu of in space to implement the space sector reforms announced by the Government of India to enhance the participation of the private sector in space activities. He has immensely contributed to ISRO's international cooperation by serving the co-chair of joint working groups with many space agencies like Roscosmos of Russia, JAXA Japan, ESA European Space Agency Europe, NSA Bahrain, GRTS and GRERS Morocco, and SL Algeria, Kone Argentina, MTA Kazakhstan, and EGSA Egypt. He represented India in INCOPAS meeting in June 2019 and led the ISRO delegation in APR SAF 2020. He has been elected as a chief of working group on long-term sustainability of space activities in INCOPAS scientific and technical subcommittee. He has been part of Indian delegation in many international astronomical congresses. He also signed the joint declaration of interest for Space Climate Observatory at Paris in June 2019 on behalf of our ISRO. He has been awarded ISRO Individual Merit Award 2013, ISRO Team Award 2006 for PSLV, ISRO Team Award 2014 for GSLV, and ISRO Outstanding Achievement Award 2018. He also received the Astronomical Society of India ISRO Award for their 2016. He became a corresponding member of International Academy of Astronautics in 2019. He is a fellow of Aeronautical Society of India, life member of System Society of India, and Indian Society for Advancement of Materials and Process Engineering. He was the National Vice President for the Indian Society of Systems, Science and Engineering, and currently President of ISC Bangalore chapter. So with this, I conclude my speech. Thank you for giving this opportunity to me. Thank you.
I invite the chief guest, Dr. Uma Maheshwaran, Director, Human Space Flight Center, ISRO Headquarters, Bangalore, to deliver the graduation day address.
How much time I have? How much time I have? Good morning. I think all of you are very silent. Good morning. That's more like it. It's a college. You are all very quiet. You had breakfast today? You are seems to be very weak. You had food in the morning. Come on. Right. So let me, actually I prefer to have an interactive mode. Of course, more than 400 students I was told, but I'd still love to interact with all of you. So let me briefly address this gathering. மதிப்புக்குரிய திரு முரளிதரன் President, Principal Dr. Senthil, Secretary Thiru Jayakumar, Dean Sri Suresh Babu, Joint Secretary Sri Thiru P.K. Vetrivel, Thiru Gangadharan Vice President, and Senthil Prabhu Treasurer, மதிப்புக்குரிய the other lecturers, இங்கே பின்னால் இருக்கிற lecturers, என் மிகவும் பிரியமான இந்த கல்லூரியின் மாணவிகளே, இன்னும் சொல்லப்போனால் இன்றைய கதாநாயகிகளே, you are the heroes today. I always believe நீங்க தான் நாளைய தலைவர்கள், the next generation. In the very important graduation day, the Silver Jubilee celebration and the 20th graduation day. அதற்கு என்னையும் பங்கு சேர்த்து கொண்டதுக்கு எனது பணிவான நன்றியை நான் கூறிக்கொள்கிறேன். இந்த கல்லூரியின் பெயர் ஒரு மாபெரும் மகானின் பெயர். ரொம்ப பெருமைக்குள்ள விஷயம் அது. கர்ம வீரன் திரு காமராஜர் தமிழ்நாடு பார்த்த முதல் முதல்வர், முற்போக்கு சிந்தனையாளர், ஒரு தலைவர் எப்படி எளிமையாக இருந்து சிறப்பாக பணியாற்றலாம் என்பதை நம் நாட்டுக்கு உணர்த்தியவர். இன்னும் காமராஜரை பற்றி பேசிக்கொண்டே இருக்கலாம். முதலாக மதிய உணவு திட்டம் கல்லூரிகளில், ஸ்கூல்கள் கொண்டு வந்தவர். In fact, I was also told that he was very innovative and many of the dams, அணைகள், தமிழ்நாட்டுக்குள்ள அணைகள் which was built was basically he was instrumental. நான் ஒரு கதை கேட்டிருக்கேன். திருவண்ணாமலை பக்கம் சாத்தனூர் என்கிற இடத்தில் ஒரு அணை, அதனுடைய ஒரு பிளான் ஆரம்பித்த போது ஆல் இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் were telling that it's not possible, அது நடக்காத விஷயம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னார்களாம். ஆனால் காமராஜர் அதற்கு தகுந்த வழிகாட்டி அவர்களிடம் கூறி இது கட்டியே ஆகணும் என்று சொல்லி finally a solution was obtained, and even now திருவண்ணாமலைக்கு தண்ணி கிடைக்கிறது என்றால் அது இந்த அணை காரணம். இது காமராஜருடைய ஒரு சின்ன கான்ட்ரிபியூஷன் என்று நான் சொல்லுவேன். ஆகவே இன்று இந்த மேடையில் எனக்கு இருக்க வாய்ப்பு கிடைத்தது, நான் மிகவும் பெருமைப்படுகிறேன். Regarding your institute, as principal told, it was 25 years now. You have seven areas of undergraduation, as I understand. You have been awarded the Best Infrastructure Award by DataQuest Delhi, and you have received autonomy even though you are affiliated to the Anna University. So a lot of laurels are already there for this institute, but I am sure this institution will go further and further to attain more laurels. So this is a very important day for all of you. I know all of you are sitting with dreamy eyes, looking at the future, what I am going to be, what is my plan, how I am going to lead my professional life from now onwards. Incidentally, how many of you have already got some jobs? Have anybody already got jobs? Can somebody raise their hands? Yeah, I'm seeing a few hands. That's it. Good. So already you are on your journey, and I am sure the rest of your colleagues will follow suit fast. So I would like to share my experiences in my career, how I grew with ISRO. Let me tell you that I'm extremely proud to be part of an organization called Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. I was very lucky. God was very kind to me. அது ஏன் என்றால் ISRO is very special in many ways. I will come to that. In a way, I can say that my life has been inextricably linked with ISRO because I was born in a year when the Indian space program was born. It was born in a very humble way in a place called Veli in the southernmost part of India, in the state of Kerala. The Veli is a very sleepy village, a fisherman village. The story of Indian space program started there, and that too, it started in a church building. When the father of Indian space program, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, wanted to start the space program, the southernmost part of India was found to be the most suitable to launch the so-called sounding rockets because basically sounding rockets are launched to study the upper atmosphere for uh, the kind of aerosols and other activities, magnetic activities that is happening in the upper atmosphere. So it is all important that if the place is located near the magnetic equator, you will have very good scientific results. And Kerala, especially Trivandrum, was very close to the magnetic equator. So that is why the place was chosen. But the place where he intended to start the program, as I said, was a small fisherman village. The Archbishop of Trivandrum at that time, he convinced the fisher folk the importance of starting the kind of research, space research, which ultimately will prove beneficial to the whole society of India. He convinced the fisher folk and they willingly moved away from that place. Of course, they were rehabilitated in a different place, and the bishop also offered the church building to start the research. What a better example you can have of communal harmony. The Indian space program started like that. It was a great beginning, a humble beginning though. And the first sounding rocket, which we call a Nike Apache rocket, was launched from Tumba in 1963 November. And the payload was a sodium vapor lamp, and the whole city or town of Trivandrum was dazzled by the color of the sodium vapor in the sky in that day. And even now, every Thursday or Wednesday, there will be a sounding rocket launched from Tumba, even now. And curiously or interestingly, when I was around 6 years, 7 years old, I was very curious to listen to the sound of the sonic boom of this rocket going up because the sound can be heard in the entire town or entire city of Trivandrum exactly at 6 o'clock in the evening. So if the sound is heard, you know that it is 6 o'clock. So I used to inquire with my father, what is this sound? What is happening here? And he used to say that it is Tumba rocket. I did not understand what it was, but it always intrigued me. And later, as destiny would be, I, I was supposed to join in the same Indian Space Research Organization. I joined in 1987, as it was told. And the growth of ISRO started with the sounding rockets, but at that time itself, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, he was a great visionary. So he always said that the space science is absolutely essential for India's growth. He used to say that we should be second to none in the committee of the world in utilizing the benefits of space to the upliftment of the common man and society. And in fact, his dream is exactly what ISRO has been successfully conducting and achieving in the last 60 odd years. I'm very proud of that. Basically, from sounding rocket time frame itself, the blueprint for making our own satellites, the blueprint for making our own launch vehicles has started. Because at that time itself, what Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi is telling now, Atmanirbharta, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai envisioned that we should be self-sufficient with respect to this technology at that time itself. And if we want to have this self-sufficiency, we should be capable of designing and making our own rockets. We should be able to make our own satellites, and we should be able to launch the satellite from our own soil. So with this, the blueprint started in the late 60s and the early 70s, which culminated, I would say, in the first launch of SLV, our first major rocket satellite launch vehicle, which launched a very tiny, small satellite called Rohini, which was around 40 kg of mass. Now, the important thing also is the first mission director of that launch was none other than our former beloved president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Definitely, you should have read these stories. So, that was the beginning of a land satellite launch vehicle. And at the same time, we were starting building our own satellites. Basically, we need essentially three different kinds of satellite applications. One is for remote sensing, basically the eye in the sky, as we call it. We need for communication, and later we need it for navigation. So these are the essentially the three categories of satellites that we need, apart from the scientific satellites and the exploratory satellites, which we ventured subsequently. So the Earth observation satellite also we started making, and the communication satellite also we started making parallelly. So the first Earth observation satellite, as you know, was Aryabhatta, which was launched. At that time, we didn't have a launch vehicle to launch, so it was launched from Russia. And the first communication satellite is called Apple. As you would have heard, it was launched from the Ariane French rocket, Ariane, European Space Agency's rocket Ariane. So that is basically Ariane passenger payload experiment. That is Apple. So that was the first communication satellite. Later, we started building our own remote sensing satellites. We call it IRS series, as also our own communication satellites. We call as or INSAT in the beginning and now GSAT. Now, what do you gain from remote sensing satellites? See, the kind of applications that you get from remote sensing is mind-boggling. I can go on and on. It tells you what kind of crops you have and what kind of crops diversity that you have. It tells you where water is. It tells you where petroleum is. The kind of resources that we have can be easily found out through the eye in the sky. It also has strategic applications as far as our defense requirements are concerned. That is also very important. And communication satellites, I don't have to tell you, each and every one of you are living with the applications of communication. Your mobile phone, for example, now mobile phones have become part of your body. It's part of your appendage. You cannot imagine a situation where you can live without a mobile. So, similarly, the kind of applications, financial transactions, the banking transactions, you must know, we must be really proud. The kind of applications that we have, like Paytm, UPI, and all such things. The how easily money is getting transformed or transacted now. You just go to any foreign country, you especially you go to European countries. This is not easy there. These kind of easiness of and access to the common man for these kind of technology and application, India is the lead, I would say. I'm very proud to say that. In other countries, you have to walk kilometers to find one ATM. While here, left and right, you can find ATMs. So these kind of revolution, and Indian population is very famous for lapping up all these technologies. So that is the biggest advantage, and that is why the satellite, what Vikram Sarabhai envisaged, that the applications of satellite should directly get into the common man. Similarly, another great example, actually Tamil Nadu has been really benefited the fisher folk of Tamil Nadu, especially Tamil Nadu coast, using the GPS. And now we have our own constellation of navigation satellites, which we call NAVIC. We have 7 satellites in the orbit. With this NAVIC program, you can exactly pinpoint where the shoal of fish is available so that fisherman can directly go there, catch the fish, and come back. So this has been going on for the past 10, 15 years. And the whole kind of economic situation of these people have been transformed. These are all silent revolution that is happening, which may not come in newspapers. So these are some of the examples. Similarly, disaster management. It is another great application. Maybe 20 years back, the devastation that will happen because of cyclone. You just imagine the number of lives we lost. It may be 10,000, 20,000 kind of numbers were there. Now you see how many people get affected, hardly in fingertips, 3, 4, and that too mostly because they don't heed to the warning that is given to them, and they may refuse to move to other place, etc. So the kind of life saving, the indirect, intangible benefit there that we are getting as part of disaster management is tremendous. So without you people knowing, you are taking the advantage of the technology and the applications that you get out of satellites. Similarly, we have at the same time ISRO also ventured into the kind of exploratory uh, missions, because we have to keep you people interested. The scientific temper of this country has to be maintained. The next gen, you are the people who have to transform India into the next level. So we envisaged into programs like Chandrayaan 1. We went to the moon. We went to the the Mars orbital mission. This captured the imagination of the country. And the kind of shoestring budget that ISRO had to venture into a program like Mars was really appreciated. And we are the first country who successfully entered into the Mars orbit the first time itself. Nobody else has done that. So we are really proud of such achievements, and the kind of money that is invested. If you see the kind of kilometers or the distance that is traveled, if you equate it, it will come to hardly 6 rupees per kilometer, which is cheaper than even an auto rate. So this is a kind of, uh, I would say, affordable technology that we are trying to give to the society. But we need more. We need to go. Now people are trying to go to moon. People are trying to go to Mars. So already the spacefaring nations have already have big plans to go to have a habitat built in moon and make it as a stepping stone to go to Mars. So, so we also should be there. So we are also planning. It is a very complex task. As a start of that program only, we have started this Gaganyaan program, as you would have heard. Honorable Prime Minister announced this Gaganyaan program in 2018 Independence Day, wherein he declared that a boy or a girl of India will go to space and come back safely. A stiff target of 2022, that is the 75th anniversary of India's independence, was given to us as a target. But unfortunately, 2 years we lost because of, obviously the pandemic has really affected, but we are back to the track. And now we are in the process of accelerating this program so that at least within 1.5 years to 2 years, we will be able to send an Indian into space, 400 kilometers orbit, and stay there for maybe a couple of days and come back safely. So this is the great mission that we have taken up, and I'm very fortunate to be heading that group or that mission. And actually, the astronauts are also being selected, and they have also undergoing the training, and a lot of experimental uh, missions are on the anvil. You will read in the newspapers very soon, because we need to prove the reliability. It is not as simple as sending a satellite to orbit, because humans are there, they are the payload. So safety is paramount. So reliability and quality should be one order better. So it's a very complex process, and we are on the job. So exciting days are ahead as far as the space arena is concerned. And you people, the next gen, are the people who have to take us forward. What we need is, we are all old. We'll all disappear very soon. You have to take the mantle. The continuity should be established, and new and newer thoughts, scientific innovations are definitely needed. You see the growth of SpaceX. Many of you have heard the kind of technology, the kind of imagination being converted into reality by the SpaceX team is mind-boggling. How it is happening? Because you youngsters, similar people, are bringing out of the box thinking. Some crazy ideas are being brought, crazy ideas are being discussed, and there is a conviction that these crazy ideas are realizable. And if you are conviction, if you have the conviction, you can achieve. This is what I would like to give you an advice. You have to be confident. Now you have acquired knowledge, you have acquired technology, and whatever you have acquired, you should be confident about it. You have to build further on to what you have. This is a foundation that you have now. You have to further build on it. The kind of degrees that you are getting now, you have to gain MTech now, maybe PhD, postdoctoral. All those things are basically only to enable you to get more, I would say, capability and in the particular field that you are interested, and it will make you more confident in applying what you have learned. That is the importance of getting these degrees. It is not just for the sake of getting degrees. That is important. It makes you more confident. That is one thing. Another very important thing that I would like to convey to you budding professionals, there are certain characteristics which are essential if you want to succeed in your life. It is not only in your professional life, fundamentally in your basic life. That is why I said I'm extremely proud to be in ISRO. You would have heard that why ISRO is so successful? Because of a particular kind of culture that has been imbibed in ISRO. Of course, it has been envisaged and it has been imbibed by our founder fathers of ISRO, and we were lucky, and we are still lucky to have leaders who continue that kind of culture, or continue that kind of characteristics. That is the importance. And what is that? First of all, in ISRO, everybody is allowed to talk. Suppose you are having a meeting, maybe it is chaired by the chairman of ISRO, for example, but the junior most guy is allowed to stand up and tell his opinion, technical opinion. Nobody will prevent. Of course, there will be heated discussions, heated debates will be there, and it will go on for hours. But ultimately, based on the various inputs that we get, we will finally converge into a decision. That may not be the kind of decision that you like because you have a different opinion. But once that collective decision is taken, you have to abide by that. Has to abide by that. So, two basic categories or characteristics are important. One is transparency. You are free to discuss whatever you like. Second thing is discipline. These two things are absolutely essential. Let me tell you, wherever you go, be it in a public sector, be it in a government agency, be it in a private sector, nobody can achieve anything individually nowadays. It is collective. And if you want to succeed individually in a collective group, these attributes are absolutely essential. You should be transparent, and you should be absolutely at the same time you should be disciplined. This is the second attribute which I would like to say. Third thing is passion. Whatever you do, unless you have a passion to do that, definitely results will not be there. I can assure you. In ISRO, everyone, that culture somehow is getting imbibed. Everybody is passionate. Let me tell you, I have been part of more than 50 to 60 launches from Sriharikota. And you know that each launch is an event to watch. Nowadays, you also can watch live. You can go to Sriharikota, you can just apply in our website. There is a stadium, kind of auditorium is there, which can accommodate 10,000 people. And you just register in your website and you can go there and watch the launch live. What I'm trying to say is each launch at the time of liftoff, when the rocket lifts, there's a countdown. You would have heard -10, 9, 8, 7. Definitely, even after 60 launches, your legs will be shaky because in space business, nothing is assured. It is every time probability is 50-50 only. That is the beauty and that is the danger of space technology because what we call there are various categories of a scenario. Like we have known knowns. We know what we know. There are known unknowns. We know what we do not know. But the most important thing is unknown unknowns. We do not know what we do not know. This is the category which really applies to space missions because there are so many things we do not know. So 50-50 is always the chance. So at the time of liftoff, everybody will be shaky. And when at T0, when the vehicle majestically lifts off from the launch pad, everybody will have a tear in the eyes, always. I am personally telling, I felt like that. I'm still feeling like that. So that is what I am telling the passion for the job. That's absolutely must. Fourth attribute is commitment. You should be absolutely commitment to whatever you do. Unless passion and commitments are combined, success will not come. And let me tell you, in this competitive world, success is not easy. It is very difficult. So if you want to succeed, these attributes are absolutely essential. And the fifth attribute which I would like to convey to you is integrity. It's a collective work. Every one of you should be absolutely integral. And if you are not integral, first of all, collectively you will fail, mission will fail, you also will fail. At some point of time, your growth will be stopped. 100%, you take it from me. Integrity is paramount. So, as I said, transparency, discipline, passion, commitment, integrity. Some of this is what we call ISRO culture. That is why, despite being the constraints within the brackets of a government agency, success is there in ISRO. We have failures also. Failures will happen, but always we take failures as a positive thing because in failures you learn quite a lot so that it will be the leading path for your next success. So take the failures in your stride. Don't get upset if you fail. Definitely, all of us in our life will have ups and downs. Failure will be there. So don't get totally distraught by failures. At some point of time, you will feel like, why the hell it is happening to me? Why it is happening to me only? All these thought process will be there. But it is not only for you. Most of the people will have the same feeling. They may not tell you. So don't worry about such things. Be positive. Always have a positive outlook. Take the best out of what you get. Then generally you will achieve what you want to be, what you intend to be. So, my dear friends, this is what I would like to tell you on your graduation day. Lots of years are ahead of you. I'm sure God will bless you all for a very, very bright, happy, successful career. May God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
Principal, I present unto you the candidates in person in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering who have been certified by, after the examination, to be duly qualified to receive the Bachelor degree of Computer Science and Engineering from Anna University. Aarti S. Abhirami T. Archana T. Balabharati I. Balaganesh R. Balahariharan M. Bhavishna M.V. Daya Dilipan D.P. Devayani J. Dinesh Kumar S. Divya K. Divya Preeti S. Gayatri M. Gladys Evangeline J. Gomati Ganesh G. A. Gunalakshmi S. Harini Priya P. Hari Shankara Pandian M. Harish Pandi M. Aishwarya V. Aishwarya S. Jay Ganesh B. Jefferson C. Jagannath S. P. Jayapriya J. Karthik Raja P. M. Karthik Kumar B. Kadiravan M. Kavi Bharati K. Kirtana S. Kodishwaran M. Lakshmi Priya S. Lakshmi Priya R. Mahibalan S. Mahil Merlin V. Manjulata A. Melantia Violet I. M. Melvin Scott M. Mystica Caroline Kagu A. Muhammad Yasin S. Monisha S. Maunika Devi C. Nandakumar R. Netaji P. Niranjan M. Nitish Kumar R. M. Niveta E. Niveta M. Parthiban R. Pavitra B. Pottramarai R. Praveen J. Priya A. Priyadarshini S. Rahul Vishwakumar V. Raghumat Parveen R. Rahul R. Rajalakshmi M. Rajashekar N. Ramanan I.K. Ramkumar M. Ram Praveen K. Ramya S. Ramya S. Ratna K. Regnuga Parameshwari K. Reshma R. Saranya A. Saravanakumar S. Saroja R. Satish Kumar K. Selvakani B. Shalini M. Shanmuganathan R. Shivabharat J. Sri Abhirami R. Shyam Deepan R. Siknas Z. Sivaganesh M. Sneha M. Sneha M. Sonali J. Swarnashri S. Tamilvili A. Thirumalai Kumar. Tirumurugan K. Tirumalai Venkat K. Vaishnavi M. Vaishnavi P. Venkatesh R. Venkateshwaran S. Vijay Sriram K. Viji K. Vikas Kumar M. Vimal Kumar R. Vinita Shankari S. Vishnupriya M.R. Vishwa K. Zakia Fatima M. Catros T. Jaffer M. and Kirtana R.
Principal, I present unto you the candidates in person in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering who have been certified by after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the bachelor degree of Electronics and Communication Engineering from Anna University. Abhinaya P. Abhirami P. Abhisheka D. Ahmad Hakim B. Akila B. Akshay Tom Abraham. Alaku Mani Ratinam R.A. Albin Jabaraj S. Anushalini M. Aparna V. Bala Vigneshwari G. Zerubin Gibson M. Chitra Devi G. David Stephen Raj S. Deepak Abhishek A. Deepika K. Deepika P. Dhanalakshmi M. Danya Shri B. Darshana M. Devarani L. Dinesh Kumar K. Dinesh Kumar V. Ganga Shri G. Ganga Devi M. Gayatri C. Gayatri Devi VR, Harini Shri M, Haripriya J, Harshana A, Hemalata G, Hinduja K, Jasmine Bala B, Jeba Esther G, Jeeva Narayanan MS, Jennifer, Jayachitra R, Jaya Praveen V, Harishma Krishnan R, Karnika SM, Kartikeyan K, Kartikeyan M, Kirtana T, Kritika M, Kritika Devi V, Krishna Prasad Raja S, Lakshmi Narayanan K, Logashri N, Logesh Kumar C, Logeshwaran R, Maheshwaran K, Maheshwaran K, Marishwaran K, Meera Devi V, Mithun Shankar SS, Monisha S, Mohammad Anwar Ayas N, Muttu Subramanian M, Naha Shalini R, Nidarshana D. Niveta K. Prabhu Raja G. Pon Balaganesh B. Pooja Shri T. D. B. Purna Devi P. Puvita T. Priyadashni S. Priyadashni S. Priyadashni V. Rajadashni M. Rajarajan AVR. Rakshana C. Riyaz Khan A. Rupadashini P. Sachin Raj R. Sanjiv SS. Santoshan V. Saraswati M. Safrin Farhat M. Sangavi P. Shiva Shankari R. Siva Surya S. Sorna Manikam P. Soundarya K. Soundarya K. Sriram M. Subbalakshmi S. Sugapriya K. Sundarapriya S. Surendran S. Tangarani M. Venkatesh KK, Venkatesh RK, Vikraman K, Vishalini Megha V, Yalini S, and Anandi M.
Principal, I present unto you the candidates in person in the Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering who have been certified by after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the bachelor degree of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering from Mana University. Alex Priyan P. Ananda Krishna Kumar S. Archana D. Arul Kumaran N. Dineshwaran N.K. Dinakaran S. Gautam Rangan P. Gobinath M. Gautami R. Guru Prasad C. Lalita J. Manigandan S. Manoj Kumar M. Matthew Kevin S. Nithya Rajadurai S. Perumal Gogulram L. Pechiswaran P. Ram Prasad G, Renuga Devi M, Sankar K, Sivasakti Kiran R, Swarnapriya M, Saumya R, Sweta M, Vignesh Karthik Raj A, Vignesh Kumar A, Vijayarajan V, and Yoho Lakshmi B. Principal, I present unto you the candidates in person in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering who have been certified by after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the bachelor degree of Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Anna University. Ajay Karthik P, Akash AG, Ananda Balaji A, Ananda Krishnan K, Arogya Dennis G, Arthik Shivani D, Arun Kumar S, Asar A, Chanbasa A, Dakshin Surya G, Damodara Kannan S, Dhanasekaran V, Dharani S, Darshini M, Dinekaran S, Gogul R, Gogula Narayanan J, Gautam R, Guru Dakshinamurthy M, Guru Nandini S, Harish Kumar P, Aishwarya T.A., Ismail Abdul Riaz M, Jiva G, Kabilan S, Kaladevi K, Kaladevi K, Kannan S, Karpaham M, Kartika T, Kartikeyan P, Kartikeyan S, Kartik Prasanna S, Kripa Clean Queen S, Lakshmi Priya A, Mageshwari M, Manikandan G, Manoraj NR, Maripandi M, Maripandi M, Mohammad Irfan A, Mohammad Wawakani S, Mohammad Yasin B, Mauni A, Mukesh Babu G, Muthu Ganesh T, Muthu Mades S, Muthu Vijayan PA, Naveen Kumar P, Naveen Kumar P, Nitish Kumar R, Nitish S, Pandyraj M, Punnaishwarya K, Ponkishon V, Prasanna K, Praveen Kuman A, Praveen M, Preeta P, Prithviraj S, Priyadarshana P, Priyanka L, Rajamahalakshmi S, Rajkumar B, Rajkumar B, Ramasubulakshmi R, Sabariswari B, Sanjay Kannan M, Sankar Vinod S, Satish Kumar K, Selva Arun P, Shalini E, Sankar Ganesh S, Shanmugapriya MG, Shain Sweta Valli M, Shyamala Devi M, Sri Vidya Janani JK, Sridharan DS, Subanitya S, Sulbika Shakin, yes. Surya N. Surya Prakash, yes. Swatika R. Tejasri, yes. Tirupati R. Tirupati R. Varsha CB. Venkatesh BK. Venkatesh, yes. Vignesh M. Vijay Ramkumar P. Yogeshwaran P. Ajit Kumar D. Dinesh Murthy K. Kadirvel T. Pandiyaraj, yes. And Preeti MV.
Principal, I present unto you the candidates in person in the Department of Information Technology who have been certified by after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the Bachelor degree of Information Technology from Anna University. Aishwarya G. Balamurugan S. Bharat S. Preeti S. Dharmaraj S. Divya Jyoti I. Divya M. Divya M. Divya Bharati R. Girija Ji. Gokul S. Gokulnath M. Jayasurya N. Jagadishwari G. Jayasilan M. Kanishka U. Karthik J. Lata L. Malik Chandrapandian T. Madhumati V. Madhumita A. Meera Krishna K. Muttumari S. Nandaguru M. Naveen C. Niveda J. Pavitra S. Pirtos A. Bomuraj Alais Yogan J. Pranesh R. Praveen Rajan M. N. Preeti Meena S. Rajagokila R. Ralina Begum S. Ratnamala R. Shaktivel P. Shantana Vaishnavi E. Saranya M. Sarojini S. Satishwaran J. Selvaraj S. Subha N. Sundareshwari B. Swadi Kanne SP. Shweta S. Tanga Prince S. Vinayak Amardaraj ARM. Vishalini MS. Vishnu Prabha A. Vishnu Raj B. Jaykumar P. And Sandhya F.
Principal, I present unto you the candidates in person in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering who have been certified by after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the master's degree of Power Systems Engineering from Anna University. Manikarthika, yes. Pandiselvi M. Rajesh Kannan M. Principal, I present unto you the candidates in person the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering who have been certified by after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the doctoral degree from Anna University. Karthikeyan G.
Of the university, I present unto you under the laws of the university, I present unto you in absentia the following number of candidates who have been certified by after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Anna University in the respective departments. B. Computer Science and Engineering 5. B. Electronics and Communication Engineering 6. B. Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering 2. B. Electrical and Electronics Engineering 13.
All the graduates stand up, please. I read the pledge and you repeat the pledge. We shall, in thought, word and deed, ever endeavor to be honest in the discharge of our duties in our profession and shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our university. We shall uphold and advance social order and the well-being of our fellow members and shall devote all our energy to promote unity, integrity, and the secular ideal of our country. Sit down. By virtue of authority vested on me as the principal of Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, I admit you to the several degrees for which you have been declared qualified, and in token thereof I permit you to wear the academic robes ordained as the insignia of your degree. I request Chief Guest to sign the records. I invite our President to dissolve the graduation ceremony.
I dissolve this graduation ceremony.
National Anthem.